Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is 401 Styling. So today on the channel we are going to continue from where we stop, and this is going to be the part 2 of the tutorial for vest jacket. So in my previous tutorial I shared with us how to draft the pattern, so you can check the description box below for the link to the pattern drafting video. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and watch the videos to the end. So guys, I already transferred the pattern to the fabric, and this is what I have. I have the back pattern and also the front pattern. Okay, just like I have here the back pattern, I already have my fusible interface on the fabric. Go ahead and do the same thing, and already I have my lining. So as indicated on the pattern, the back bodice is going to be cut on fold, while the front is going to be cut single. So whatever you do on the main fabric, you're going to do on the lining as well. Just like I have here, I cut the lining the same way I cut the fabric, of course. So I'm going to be using these two different Ankara fabric because I want to mix and match. Okay, so you can make use of fabric of your choice. So, and on this pattern I already added my seam allowance or my joining allowance, so there will be no need for adding any other allowance on the. Then if you want to have a welt pocket on this jacket, this is when you're going to add it before you turn it with your lining. I already have a video on the channel on how to do a welt pocket. I'm going to drop a link for us. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do now is to turn this fabric with the lining. I'm going to join the armhole, the neckline, the front and the lower part, leaving the side and the shoulder area open, because we are going to be having a total finishing or inseam finishing on our jackets, just like we did for every other jacket or every other type of design. Okay, and we're going to be turning it out from the shoulder or from the side. Okay, so whatever you do on the front pattern, you're going to do on the back bodies as well. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do, but before that, remember that we have a waist dart on the pattern. Okay, so here on my back bodies, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to mark out my darts because I have dart on the pattern. All right, so I'm going to mark out the dart exactly on this main fabric. This is going to guide me. So I'm going to join the neckline of the back bodice, the armhole and the lower part, so leaving the side and the shoulder area. Okay, so this dart that we have here, we're going to transfer it to the main fabric, both front and back. Okay, so when you want to do this, you can do this by transferring with your tracing wheel, your chalk, or you just make use of your pen. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to transfer to the back bodice. I'm going to show us how we're going to do it. Okay, so what you're going to do first is to mark, place your pattern on the fabric very well. Then you mark this point with a chalk like this, and also on the hem I'm going to mark the point where I have my line. Then I'm going to mark it out. Okay, so whatever you do on this, you're going to do on the other side as well. Then you can also go ahead and measure from the center back towards the two side, your bust span measurement divided by 2, because that is what I use in creating the dart. So when you watch the video on the pattern drafting, you will understand what I meant better. Okay, so I'm going to mark this and I'm going to connect like this. So this will make it easier for you and for me when I want to take my dart. So the same thing goes to the front pattern. I'm going to repeat that same process on the front bodies, just like you see me doing. Okay, so you go ahead and do the same thing. This tutorial is actually beginners friendly. That is why I am taking my time to do it one after the other. Okay, so go ahead and do the same thing. All right, so and also you can also have a princess seam on your pattern, just like this. Your armhole princess dart is same thing as your princess seam. So this depends on what exactly you want to do. So now I've taken my darts and I've joined the lining to the fabric. As you can see, I have this shoulder area open and also the side is open. Okay, so I'm going to turn this fabric inside out, both the front and the back bodice. And please do not forget to notch your armhole area and the neckline on the back bodice, the armhole as well, just to make sure that by the time you turn it inside out, it lays flat. So after turning it out, you can open press, and this is what you are going to have. Open press your seam, then you can also top stitch. Okay, make use of a hemming gum around that part just to secure the fabric and lining together. So this is what it's going to look like by the time you're done. The next thing I'm going to do now is to join the shoulder together. We're going to start by joining this shoulder together, and to join it together you are going to make an inseam finishing. And the way you're going to be doing it, you're going to be inserting this shoulder line together, okay? Because what we want to do, we want to hide the seam on the shoulder, then we are going to join the side after that. Okay, so the way we are going to be doing this now, we are going to be putting this, you make sure you align the shoulder together. Do you understand? So after aligning it, we are going to put it inside each other, and from this open part inside, we're going to pull it, like you're going to make sure that the main fabric faces the main fabric, the lining faces the lining, and you're going to pull it like this, okay, through that side opening. Okay, when you want to do this, you just have to take your time. Then you're going to stitch your 0.5 seam allowance or whatever allowance you use. So I'm just going to use this pin to hold it down to show us what it looks like. Okay, so by the time you join it, this is what it's going to look like. So I'm going to join it now, then I'm going to join the other side so we can see how the finishing is going to look like. Okay, just make sure you align your fabrics together and stitch it down. So guys, I'm done. This is what the outer part will look like, and this is what the inner side will look like. Okay, now the next thing you want to do is to place your front and back bodies, arrange it carefully, make sure that they align, and now you're going to take the body measurements. Okay, so to take the body measurements, you're going to make use of the seam allowance you added on your pattern to take in your body measurement, and at the same time you can go ahead and cross check on your pattern whatever measurement you have. Okay, so I always say this, that always you have your pattern ready. So I already cross checked my pattern, and the measurements I added, the value I added for my seam allowance still remained the same. So the way we are going to be joining this side now, we are going to place these two sides together. We're going to start from one side, and we are going to be having an inseam finishing. So you pull the two together the same way you did for the shoulder. You're going to do the same thing for the side seam as well. So you're going to place it together like so, pull it out from the opening on the other side. You align the fabric and the lining together, then you are going to stitch it together so the exact value you added, and you're going to have your exact measurement. Okay, so I'm just going to put this in, and I'm going to sew in my 1 inch allowance. So after that, you pull it out, and this is what you're going to have. Okay, as you can see, the seam is hidden. All right, both front and back. Now for the other side, we are going to be joining it like that, but it's going to be a little bit different. Okay, because this is where we have our final joining. Okay, so the next thing we want to do now, we are still going to do this like we did the other side, but this time around we are going to be leaving an opening of about 2 inches. Okay, that is where we are going to pull out our fabric from. Okay, so what I'm trying to explain is you align the fabric together on the armhole. You start from the armhole area, you pin it down. Okay, because you don't want one side to be longer than each other. Even if one side is longer, you'll be able to correct it before you join it. So you're going to place it together and join it round. Okay, and by the time you have about 1.5 inches left, you're going to stop, and you're going to pull out from that allowance. So I'm just going to align this fabric together now, then I'm going to join it with my added value of seam allowance, that is 1 inch. If you have 1.5, you sew 1.5 or more. So guys, I'm done with that, and as you can see, this opening that I have left, this is how it's going to look like. Okay, what I'm going to do now is to fold in the allowance. I'll give it a proper press using my pressing iron, and if you do not have access to that, you can simply pick it together and sew it with a tiny stitch, a very tiny stitch, and at the same time you can stitch it with your maybe your running stitch or your hemming stitch, just to secure that point. So that area will help you or enable you to be able to adjust it even if there is need for any adjustment. So guys, that will be all, and this is what you're going to have. So the next thing you want to do is to fix your button. All right, so you fix as many buttons as possible. You fix your buttonholes and fix your button as well. So I already confirmed my measurements and I have exactly what I have. So when I was drafting this pattern, I added his allowance. Okay, so right now I do not have a button. I'm going to get that later. So by the time I'm done with that, I'm going to be sharing us the picture. But this will be all for the vest jackets. This is what you have, and always cross check your pattern. Do not leave your pattern aside. Okay, so guys, thank you very much. That will be all for the tutorial. Please, if you are yet to subscribe to the channel, kindly do that now by clicking on the subscribe button. Hit on the bell beside it so that you'll be notified whenever I drop a new video. If you have a comment, if you have a suggestion, or you have a video request, share your thoughts in the comment section. Kindly let me know. I don't mind. Okay, so guys, if there's anything you want me to know or you want to tell me, please kindly share in the comment section, and do not forget to like this video, share it. Okay, and thank you very much for your support once again. Thank you. I can't thank you guys enough. I really appreciate you guys. So guys, that will be all for this tutorial, and then I hope you like it. So this is what we have at the end. Okay, so you can make use of any fabric of your choice. So till next time that we meet again, bye bye and take care.